Shit. Hey guys, Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys a new album review, and this is an album. One of my most anticipated albums for 2015. Yep, it's finally here today. Today we're going to be looking into the new album from my favorite band ever, The Book of Souls by Iron Maiden, which came out today. Holy shit, I am so fucking excited for this album. You don't know how excited I am. Like this is my all-time favorite band we're talking about here, and I just really want. If any of you don't know who Iron Maiden is, get out now because you're seriously fucking up. Like this band, Iron Maiden is basically one of the most important bands in heavy metal history. These guys been around since December 25th, 1975, formed by Steve Harris, and they've still been around together. And this album, the Book of Souls, is basically the follow up to the Final Frontier, which came out in 2010. And there was a lot of hype for this album. There was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, which there was supposed to be out earlier, but apparently there's been a delay because, well, a lot of you don't know. Vocalist Bruce Dickinson earlier this year was diagnosed with, I believe, tongue cancer, and really, really glad that he beat it, and I'm really glad that he's starting to do better, which is great. But this album is also the band's first double album, meaning that there's two CDs. Like there's 11 tracks total, and this is pretty much their longest album to date. Still, it's like about 92 minutes. So yeah, really glad to hear 92 minutes of Maiden. And one thing to note is the production. Like the album's produced by Kevin Shirley, who produced the last few albums since, I'm guessing, probably Virtual 11. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Yep, and mixed by Kevin Shirley. Yep, he basically pretty much made everything where it's supposed to be. So yeah, one thing to talk about this album is let's start with the vocals from, Bruce Dickinson. My God, this dude is like, he's almost in his 50s, and he basically still pretty much really does a really great job on this album. Pretty much, I'm surprised he still really has the same voice as he did since he first started with Maiden. It's still pretty much like, you could tell he has a really amazing, powerful vocals, and he just really does a good job. And the guitar work, Dave Murray, Adrian Smith, and Yannick Gers. I don't know why they need three guitar players. I don't know why Yannick decided to stay after Adrian came back, but for some reason Iron Maiden pulls it off with three guitar players. Both of them, both Dave, Adrian, and Yannick, just freaking shred. You could tell that the guitars are pretty much amazing on this album. Like, this is a really good job. The bass playing, Steve Harris is, my God, what a beast at the bass. You can hear the bass is very audible, like on all of Iron Maiden's releases. And the drumming from Nico McBrain. This dude's freaking 60 something. It's about 60. I think, if I'm wrong, 63 or 64. I'm not really sure. His drumming is just good as always. Just really great. But without further ado, let's get into this album. Now, the album opens up, or we should start with disc one. With disc one, or pretty much the whole album, it starts off with Eternity Should Fail, which is the opening track. It has a very eerie type intro, and it sort of builds up, and it just kicks right in. It's just Bruce's vocals on that song pretty much sounds great, and I really like that song. Pretty good way to start off this album. Then we get to the song Speed of Light, which was the album's first single. For me, this song basically kind of sounds like a mixture of the old Iron Maiden and new Iron Maiden. It's kind of like the two in one. Really great song. Then we get to The Great Unknown, which starts off with a very slow intro, and then it just speeds up a little bit, and just some great guitar work, and I really love the chorus in that song. It's really great. And then we get to one of the longer songs on the album, which is The Red and the Black, which is pretty much starts off with a very good intro. This song is long, like I said. It's about 13 and a half minutes long, and it just has like a bunch of time changes. Really good song. One of my favorites on this album. Then we get to When the River Runs Deep, which just kicks right in. It just punches you in the fucking face. I really like that song. And then we get to the Book of Souls, the title track, which is a really great song. It's just sort of like almost like just like with the previous song, it just kicks right in. It just has some really great bass playing from Steve and Nico. Go just like them rhythmically. It sounds really great, and that pretty much closes off disc 1. Then we get to disc 2 with the first song on disc 2, which is Death or Glory. Now, this song is very interesting. I mean, for me, it almost kind of sounds musically almost kind of reminds me of something from the first two albums, like the self-titled and Killers, but with Bruce singing it. It just sounds very like old school Maiden. Really like that a lot. Then we get to Shadows of the Valley, which starts off with a very great intro and just some great guitar solos. I really love that song a lot. Then we get to Tears of the Clown. Now, this is a tribute song, by the way. It's a very emotional song for me personally. I mean, for like a lot of people don't know, this song is a tribute to the late great actor Robin Williams, who we lost last year. And the musically, the lyrically, it's the mindset of not taking your own life, but trying. But it's still a great song. It's kind of hard to explain it lyrically, but it's a good song. I think it's a really good song. Then we get to The Man of Sorrows, which is a really great song. I mean, it just really great showcase of Bruce's vocals. And then, oh my God, we get to the epic grand finale and pretty much closes off the whole album with the song Empire of the Clouds. Now, if you thought Rime with the Ancient Mariner was their longest song, guess again. This pretty much beats it out. The epic grand finale, which it's about a little over 18 minutes long. It's just pretty doesn't disappoint. It basically starts off with a little bit of a piano intro from Bruce, and I'm surprised. He actually does play. He actually is a good piano player. It's the first time he actually plays piano on an album. And then it sort of has some drumming in there, and then the vocals come in. It tells a story. I think I mean the song, like lyrically, I heard it's about. I forget if I'm not really sure. I forgot what it was. I think it's about like a plane crash or something. I might be mistaken. Again, just comment below what it is. I'm sort of bleh. But overall, Empire of the Clouds is a really fan-fucking-tastic song. Now, Book of Souls by Iron Maiden is amazing, really fucking a great album. Like, I'm pretty much mind blown. Now, if I were to give this album a score, I would give this probably a 9.5 out of 10. I mean, this album could probably be contender of album of the year. I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm really excited. If you haven't listened to this album yet, I really advise you to listen to this album. It's amazing. So yeah, that's my review of the new Iron Maiden, guys. Thank you guys for watching. See you all later. Keep it metal.